Monday morning, or Labor Day morning as I should say. And if you listen really, really hard, you can hear the Labor Day festival going on in town right now. Let's see, I could hear the sirens from the fire trucks they're showing off at the parade all the way from here, because town is right over those trees, way over that way. Well, not too far, we're only a couple miles out. Anyway, finally at 10:30, it's below 60 for once. Oh, we've been waiting for that long enough. Anyway, well, I got a million things to do today. Got some weed whacking to do. Got stuff to do on Crustine. Been driving, having no problems. Figured out my fuel system problems. Was not ignition, even though the MSD box is now gone. It was the fuel system. And I'll show you what ended up happening here. One thing that I least expected to happen. I don't know how well you guys can see that. Let's get some light on the subject. If you look really hard, yeah, there we go. It's plugged solid. And that can cause an issue because this was the one right behind the pump. So the pump was having to pull instead of push, causing it to lose pressure. Even with the new pumps, they're not made to pull, they're all made to push. That's why they're called a pump, not a vacuum. But anyway, reason being that it got crap in that filter because the old sending unit had no sock on the bottom. And if you look hard here, you can see it's also plugged solid. So that's ended up being what the entire problem was the whole time. And it was just the time and place that it plugged that made it seem like it had a million other issues. 100-degree day, pulling a hill, it just, I don't know. But always check the simple things first. And I kind of went a little stir crazy, but finally just thought, well, you know what, let's check, because I put a gauge on here. Bought this metal line from Edelbrock, which kind of tucks the fuel line under here, makes it shorter, and then got a gauge. And even with the new pump, I was only running at about 3 pounds. And I thought, well, that's a problem. So, went behind it, pulled the line, pulled the filter, and sure enough the filter was plugged solid. And I thought, well, okay, let's check out the sending unit. So I pulled the sending unit out, and that was plugged solid. So I put a new sending unit in with a sock, and put new filters on. Did get a new pump, went with a Carter 100 gallon per hour, 4.5 to 8 psi pump. So it's American made, and it's new. The pump that I was running was 6 years old. So that's what's going on with that. I do have a tiny little water leak under here, but that's my temporary fix. Works perfect. We got new filters. Oh, you can hear the sirens again. Anyway, still breaking the clutch in. It's been running like a top. I'm getting some little clunks and bangs going on underneath, which I don't remember hearing, so I'm going to have to investigate those. Could be the carrier bearing, as that is no doubt worn out, or a U-joint. I've always had front suspension and steering problems. The steering's been loose, so it could be something clanging in there. I don't know. I might take this to town today and show it off a little bit. Who knows? It's just a parade, and I'm not registered for anything. I do need to hook the tachometer up again, as that was hooked into the MSD box, but I took the MSD box off because I don't know. I kind of felt like I got a warning. You get that feeling where it's like, enough's enough. It's got a Petronics on it, and that's enough, I think. I really don't think I need the MSD. Thinking I might try it on the 572 because that is more of a performance build, and I don't drive it every single day. This truck's driven every day to work and back and wherever I need to go, so I need to have it reliable. So the less wiring, the less performance crap, and as far as ignition goes, the better. So anyway, that's it with Crustine. I've not touched two-tone for 4 weeks because of Christine being a bad girl about life. But oh well. I'm gonna get back on Christine really soon. Probably today. I might finish sandblasting the inside and then start sanding. And then I'm going to try some fiber strand on some of the rot, as I'm not very good with metalwork, and see if I can put some of that on. I've heard a lot of good stuff about it. And we'll go from there. Ready to get some paint for everything. So I'm going to try and seal it up for the winter and go from there. So, alrighty guys, well, we'll see what the day brings. Well, I thought I'd show you guys this real quick. Earlier this morning, went ahead and bolted these plates down on a just in case, so now they don't move all over the place. And did fire it up and run it. Didn't get any video. You guys have already heard it running, so, and it's not really cold enough to do a cold start. Anyway, got this panel bolted down and also got the throttle pedal hooked up. Only had a hand throttle, but now I've got a foot throttle. And it works pretty well. Pretty simple linkage. Hooks into there, and then goes to the governor. Alrighty.